Some tips about Visual Studio Code on Mac. After you install the Visual Studio Code, you can go here and insert some useful extensions. And here are some of the top extensions that I use here. Bracket pair colors is very useful extension that change the color of bracket inside your code. For example, here we have some different color, and as you can see, another one, comparison folder. This one for comparison files between two folders and shows all different inside two files or two folders. Docker, GitHub, indent-rainbow is used for different color inside indent inside your code. Very useful. Live share, if you want to show your code to your colleague, you can use this one by logging from Microsoft or GitHub account. Pretty code, this one useful for standardize your code. For example, when you write a code and you have a more spacing or interrain or different kind of things, when you save your code, automatically put as a standard way. Python shell, when you want to use code to open your folder file. For example, inside the terminal, you can press code dot and Visual Studio open and shows all the codes inside the folder. This one, when you want to use SSH to connect to other PC, for example, Ubuntu or other things, and see the code and change, modify, and everything. And this one is very useful from Microsoft is intelligence AI-based assistant for complete your code based on the Python, and very useful. When you press dot, it shows based on your requirement. Another cool thing is use user snippets. This one is useful when you want to write a lot of different simple code and you have to use many times. You use this one. For example, I create for the Python, and here my Python. And if you there's a lot of standard example of this from the web. Also, I download from the web this statement and paste it here. And for example, if you press try, and as you can see, you can choose any of them. For example, I want to use try exception else finally, and when I press the enter, automatically shows the code for me. Another thing, if you select a part of your Python program and press shift enter, this part of your program only doesn't run the whole project file. By pressing command plus and minus, you can increase the size of the font size. And always command shift P, it shows the menu here, and you can use a lot of different things. That's all for this one. Some tips about terminal in macOS. First, install iTerm2. This is very well known and useful terminal for the macOS, and it has a lot of functionality and terms you can install later on. So I install the term and okay, and some terms you can install like this. And a spaceship is useful and colorful method for the showing information inside iTerm2. For example, if you go to the some library, as you can see more information about that folder and GitHub and so on. Like this. Okay, and then there are several packages you can install for using in terminal. Pipeline, FZF is a fuzzy founder. When you press Ctrl R, you can search through the previous command that you used before. And this one is very useful when you want to see information about the command. For example, you want to see how to use the tab. Instead of using the man or help from the command, press this one and you get the more information like an example file here as a command. This one for searching, and bat also is used for see inside the file. For example, I want to see inside the test, and is very colorful and more informative way. And when you use the Visual Studio Code, you can open any file you want, code, and so you can see the file here. And then if you press command, you can open any folder. As you can see, also you can go to the preference and select the semantic history, and when you want to click about the file or something, you can open with Visual Code if you want. And here's some shortcut related to iTerm2, and you can add also more. Inside the macOS, you can go to the system preference and go to the accessibility, and here for the zoom, you can select this one. And so if you use this one, then you press Ctrl and scroll with the mouse, you can zoom, and then you press the command, you can see the text. It's very useful also sometimes.